Would you consider yourself a trash talker?
Not really. I mean,
Come on, coach.
a lot of people do
Hey,
it to demean people. I did it for fun most of the time.
Right.
Two of my favorite people, I got in the NBA, I got to stand next to Elvin Hayes at the center court. Loved him. And Creed. I was standing there talking to Elvin. I said, Elvin, see Kevin there? He's talking bad about you. What? I said, Kevin, tell him what you told me. He goes, what's that? I said, you're going to kick his butt tonight. He goes, hey, Elvin, I'm going to kick your butt tonight. Kevin's a rookie. Stuff like that, you know, but it really wasn't vicious. Me and Chuck used to get into it a little bit.
I was going to go
I really
there.
liked Chuck. He knew I liked him.
Oh, yeah.
And but we
You
got
guys had
after
battles in terms of talking.
Yeah.
The one I remember was when you told Chuck, I'm going to go right here in front of our bench.
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot on this spot.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm going to drain it. And he said, Merry Christmas, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, reactors, welcome back to the channel, the Nuclear Reactor, the reaction channel where all the reactions go nuclear. Before we get into this video, though, if y'all are a sports fan, go over to my sports channel, Ring Culture, link in the description. But back over here, Planet Nuclear Reactor, y'all know I believe every action deserves a reaction. And over here, we are very, very reactionary. Make sure y'all like and comment down below. That's how y'all push me into the algorithm. And then I'll go get them. With my content, hit them and fit them and sit with them. Subscribe and hit the bell notification so y'all can be notified for every time I upload. And I upload a lot. Share my videos and hype my channel. If y'all want to help support the channel financially, Cash App or Super Thanks, or y'all can consider joining my Patreon where I'll give y'all a reaction of a new movie every Sunday. Also, I'm going to be pitting up on there more of my reactions that got blocked on YouTube. I'm just trying to get I'm having a problem with my storage right now, and I got to get all of my videos off of that, but I will. But today we're going to be getting into Uncut Hoops, the truth about Larry Bird Prime. I've been having such a great time watching and reacting to the Larry Bird videos and reacting with y'all Larry Bird fans who are my subs. So I don't want to take too much time on this intro though, so let's go.
At the other forward, in his 7th year from Indiana State, at number 33, Larry Bird.
He was the toughest player I ever had to guard and I had to play against. And the reason for it, he's 6'10".
Yep.
Hit the three-point shot, he can post you up, and he can see over the top of you at 6'10", so he can always pick you apart with the pass. And he was a great rebounder as well, and putting the ball on the floor in the open floor.
Larry Bird was a complete basketball player. More athletic than people give him credit for, because a lot of people saw him post back injury, and his defense was much, much better than people give him credit for.
And he was a great rebounder as well, and putting the ball on the floor in the open floor.
A lot of young kids will say, I'm gonna be a great athlete. Well, that's your first mistake. A great athlete gonna give you a lot of oohs and ahs. A great basketball player gonna beat you every night. That's who Larry Bird was.
Give the basket to Willis. Bird, great outfit.
If they can keep up this tempo, Atlanta, Dominique is going
Get up, bro, get up.
Dominique fell down.
Right back at the Hawks. They go low to Bird.
Get
Gets the
down,
double
get
team.
up.
Wants it.
If you were writing a book about basketball, the people just saw would merit a chapter or two. But ask any basketball expert, and they'll tell you that if you're rewriting the story of basketball, the author, Larry Bird.
Larry Bird, baby.
When it comes to the career of one Larry Joe Bird, he's universally regarded as one of the best players of all time, most impactful, as well as influential. For guys like Bird, Magic, and Jordan, what they did in the 80s and 1990s cannot be underrated.
Straight up.
Now, one thing that can be underrated is those guys' overall skill sets. And looking at Bird first and foremost, a lot of Bird's stats and numbers, yes, they are available, but the more advanced analytics, advanced numbers, simply didn't exist, and they weren't tracked.
That's a damn shame.
Now, luckily for you guys out there, I'm a basketball psychopath who loves NBA history. So looking at Larry Bird, I did the past month, I watched the entire 86 playoff run, 18 total games, and
Wow.
tracked all of Bird's advanced stats.
Damn. Uncut Hoops, he is definitely a basketball aficionado. Like, he loves looking back at that stuff. I gotta hear what he has to say about this run.
18 total games and tracked all of Bird's advanced stats, metrics, and data nobody's ever thought to uncover.
Well, we're waiting.
So when it comes to 86 Bird, this guy undoubtedly one of the best players of all time,
Yes.
and in my view, the best small forward peak we've ever seen. As
Wow,
Bird
really?
at this point
Damn,
was a
shit,
three-time
that's
MVP all consecutively, one of the best shooters in the game, passers, rebounders,
Yeah.
as well as fourth quarter players.
Yep.
And looking at his postseason run, if that wasn't impressive enough, Bird's overall production went up come playoff time.
Damn.
As that year's playoffs, 25.9 points, 9.3 boards, 8.2 assists on impeccable shooting
51,
splits,
41,
along with 2.1 steals. Larry Bird's raw stat numbers were highly impressive.
Insane.
As looking through NBA history, at 25 8-8 playoff runs, this run 86 was the first of its kind.
Yeah.
And since that date, only 3 players since then have joined him in his elite company.
That's
That
crazy,
being
bro.
Jokic, Doncic, and LeBron James.
Not bad.
Not bad
Now,
at
where
all.
Bird really separates himself is in the efficiency category. As their high volume playoff runs at 54-90 splits, there's only 3 of them. Bird 86, Kawhi 2017, and Kevin Durant in
Kawhi did it?
2019.
Wow.
Why Larry Bird's so unique and so special, he can stuff the stat sheet like Luka, Jokic, and LeBron,
Yep.
but maintain efficiency, whereas like Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard, who are
Yep.
primarily scorers and not asked to pass the ball nearly as much.
Yep.
Peterson may have nightmares guarding Larry Bird.
Look at the
Pass to McHale.
He's going to go one-on-one. Oh, my goodness.
Trying to back in on Woolridge.
Bird was so smart at basketball that he was literally just embarrassing the defense. Like, look at these plays. I used to always say, like, certain players deserve to be double teamed, but if you double team them, they will still kill you. And Bird was one of them.
Guarding Larry Bird.
Look at
On a
this.
pass to McHale.
He's going to go one-on-one. Oh, my goodness.
Trying to
What
back
can you
in
do
on
with a player
Woolridge.
like that?
Finds McHale cutting for 2 and a great pass by Larry Bird.
And they did in game 1.
Bird had the ball in good position. Found the open.
Peterson, and then they forget about McHale, let him roll easily into the hoop. When you get the ball in Bird's hands, anybody that has a half a step on his defender is going to get the ball.
It's over.
And for
Yep.
guys like KD and Kawhi Leonard, they're regarded as great elite scorers
Yeah.
who have phenomenal jump shots. Someone like Larry Bird, yes, we know he's a great jump shooter, but we don't know just how great he was, of course, until now. And looking at 86 Bird, he was pretty phenomenal. In this playoff run, on jump shots, 48%
Damn.
at over 220 attempts. When you look at LeBron, KD, and Kawhi Leonard in postseasons, who took at least 200 jump shots, here's their overall numbers in comparison to Bird. LeBron, in his playoff career, 8 separate times took 200 plus jump shots. In those runs, not once close to 48%,
Not
and
even
peaked
close.
out in the low 40s.
Not even
Someone like
close.
Kawhi Leonard only one playoff run with 200 plus jumpers in
Damn, that's not
2019.
close either.
That percentage, 43.8%, well below
That's
Bird.
still high, but
Now looking at Durant, 7 separate years of 200 plus jump shots. Out of those 7 seasons, only one
damn, that's shocking. Wow.
200 plus jump shots. Out of those 7 seasons, only one of them was higher than Bird. As the
Yeah.
majority of KD's seasons are in the high 30s, mid 40s.
That's interesting. That's
That
very
is
interesting.
I'm shocked by that.
So Larry Bird right here compared to 16 different seasons from LeBron, KD, and Kawhi, only one of those seasons out of the bunch tops Bird from 86. And it being Durant, honestly isn't that shocking, as Durant the jump shooter is absolutely phenomenal and lights out.
Yeah.
But in the same vein, Larry Bird was equally as good, if not better, most seasons.
To see the game to come to this point after.
By the way, I would take Bird over Durant any day of the week.
To see the game to come to this point after 30-some years, and teams are taking 35, a lot of them over 30 three-pointers a game, some 50. I just never anticipated that. When I played, I never shot that many.
Yeah.
I've always used it at the end of the game, if you're down 1 or if you're up 2, you make a three-pointer, demoralizes the team.
Schultz up by 3. Parrish gets it back to Bird, who takes a three-pointer of his own. Gets it to Walton. Bird's three-pointer. Oh, he bangs in another one.
I tell you, I played with him, I coached him. He would be a great one.
Another home run.
Man.
Here it is. A three-pointer from Bird.
Walks off the court.
In the 1980s for Larry Bird, taking threes, yes, it was acceptable, but it wasn't widely pushed as a primary weapon for offensive player. And for Bird, he wasn't just a three-point shooter, a long-range guy. Larry Bird's offensive game was at all 3 levels. Larry Bird in the mid-range, 56%.
Wow.
Catch and shoot shots, 48%. All post-ups, 64%. Fadeaways, 57%. And left-hand shots, 69%.
Right back at the Hawks. They go low to Bird. Gets the double team. Wants it.
McRae on Bird. They isolate him one-on-one. Celtics like that situation. And a left-handed shot
against McRae. He knows McRae is going to come back to his right hand. And he shoots it lefty to confuse him a little bit.
Working against McRae now. Works his way in and gets the basket.
Bird fighting through McRae. Larry Bird attacking his right hand, forcing him to his left. He can shoot lefty, but he'd much prefer to shoot righty.
Oh, beautiful.
Larry Bird, the scorer and shooter, could do it in a variety of ways from a variety of spots on the court. And actually the go-to spot was in the mid-range, that in-between game. And look at those numbers, 76 of 135. Not just great volume, but also great efficiency. And looking at the rest of NBA history, since 97 the tracking data began, 125 players in this time period took 100 more mid-range jump shots.
Look at this dude. Look at Larry Bird gonna shoot this shot, and the guy is literally in his face. Just
great
watch
efficiency.
this.
And looking at the rest of NBA history, since 97 the tracking data began,
he like
125
touching the
players in
ball.
this time period took 100 more mid-range jump shots in a single postseason run.
Yeah.
Out of those 125, only 7 of them are above 50% shooting. And looking at the top 5, it's definitely pretty telling. 5th place, Durant 2012. 4th place, Durant 2018.
Damn, Durant.
3rd place, Durant 2021. 2nd, Larry Joe Bird. And 1st place, Steve Nash, 2005.
Damn.
So once again, Larry Bird the shooter in some pretty great company.
Yeah.
In the small forward position, a notch better than Kevin Durant at his absolute best.
Yeah.
Now, staying with Bird's shot making, looking at catch and shoot jumpers, Bird in this playoff run was 48 of 100, exactly 48%. Tracking data for catch and shoot shots goes back to 2014. During that very selective time period, 41 players have taken at least 100 catch and shoot jump shots in that run.
Yeah.
Out of that list, Bird ranks 4th all time at that 48%.
Wow.
The guys ahead of him, Al Horford, Klay Thompson, and Jokic.
Julian cheated way in.
Jokic going to throw it up. From
Joker tough, man.
Nikola Jokic.
I would love to play against him.
Notice he said against him. LeBron would probably want to play with him. Bird wants to play against great players.
Nikola Jokic.
I would love to play against him.
Now, the last big part of Larry Bird's game was post-up plays, back-to-the-basket plays. And his playoff run, total of 52 attempts with 33 makes. If you look through all of NBA history since 2014, 74 players all-time have taken at least 25 post shots in a single playoff run. Out of that list, Larry Bird comes in 5th place with the highest percentage, only behind Siakam, Embiid, Tim Duncan, and then John Collins. So that right there for Larry Bird in 3 different areas is the upper echelon of his peers in recorded NBA history. That again in mid-range shooting, catch and shoot jump shots, and post-up jumpers.
Reed starts out on Larry Bird, and his fall away is
Bird with 4, 3, 2. Got it, the foul.
Parrish tries to go along the baseline, kicks it back to Bird. Bird fires, Bird hits!
I think he's almost created a different basketball type.
He's a power forward and he's a quick forward, and he shoots like a guard. He's a creative guy.
Pointer, no.
6'10".
Walton the rebound. Bird.
Look
looking
at this.
for his first basket. That's it.
When you depend on your superstar to get you
Look at the way he
30 a
plays.
game all season long, and all of a sudden, Bird.
When he's matched up against Rollins, Bird.
He was special.
Larry Bird, the individual scorer and shooter, most versatile player in league history, who was at the top of the class in nearly every single category. And ask yourself the question, how do you guard prime Larry Bird?
No idea.
Put a small, quick defender on him like Mitchell Wiggins. What does he do? He bullies them, gets around them, an easy layup.
Smart basketball.
Put a bigger defender on them, then it's finesse game, pump fakes, get you out of your shoes, easy layup, easy jump shots.
Ooh, he was kind of quick,
Then the final
too.
fail-safe, the athletic defender has speed, quickness, all the intangible tools on paper. Even guys like that, Dominique, Terry Cummings, Orlando Woolridge, them guarding Larry Bird, they're absolutely helpless.
3 minutes played in the game.
Look at this. Snap.
Give the basket to Willis. Bird, great upgrade.
If they can keep up this tempo, Atlanta, Dominique
put him on the
is
ground,
going to have a
bro.
big night.
Dominique fell down.
Takes it. Got it.
Doesn't score a point.
Bird working on Wilkins.
Oh, that was a foul.
Yes.
Helping create this win.
Bird. 36 for Larry Bird.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
So that right there, Larry Bird torching players who are faster, stronger, more athletic, the better players on paper looking at physical metrics. And again, Larry Bird, the scorer, where's his weak point on the court? He can shoot threes mid-range, he can post up, he can catch and shoot, and he has to shoot free throws, is at 93% on the season.
That's crazy,
Perfection.
bro.
Larry Bird being so flawless offensively, really having no weak points, made him a big-time threat in the fourth quarters.
I'm going to say this too. Back then, there were more complete players back then. There just was. Akeem Olajuwon was complete to me. Michael Jordan, complete. Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan came to the league in 1998. Complete. Kobe Bryant. Like back then, it was just more players back then who were complete. They cared as much about passing and defense than they did about scoring. So, and it's just way more than I'm even talking about now. That I'm missing some of them, but so many basketball players were way more complete back then than they are now.
Offensively, really having no weak points, made him a big-time threat in the fourth quarters, one of the best clutch-time players the game's ever seen. And looking at 86 Bird, in the fourth quarters and clutch time, was pretty mind-boggling.
Wow.
In this run, 6.5 points per game, 2.1 dimes, 56% shooting, 64% from three, and from the line, 85%. Those shooting split numbers right there are completely absurd. And they're video game-esque numbers.
Yes.
But again, to compare to all of NBA history, it becomes even more impressive. As looking at recorded history, since '97, there's 48 playoff runs per player, average 6.5 points per game in the fourth quarter or more. Out of those 48 runs, only 15 of the players shot above 50%. And Larry Bird, he was in the top 3. The only guys ahead of him, Ant Edwards last season, and Giannis in 2021.
Wow.
My teammates knew at the end of the game, if it's close, I was going to take the shots. They knew that.
Rockets have not crumbled. They've hung in there with Akeem on the bench. Bird going up. And a tie score. 12 ties and 16 lead changes tonight. Walton, who's been there before. Bird for 3 hits, and the Celtics lead by 3. And who else but Larry Bird?
Yeah, they kept coming back, and Bird hit the big three-pointer at the end to sort of give us the cushion we needed.
Larry Bird right there in the fourth quarters by the raw numbers, one of the best players of all time, if not the single best pick for player in all of league history. But here's the added detail, those 2.1 dimes. At first glance, that might not seem like much, but looking at fourth quarter plays, that number is absurdly high. I mean, look at this list. John Stockton, Rondo, Kidd, LeBron, Luka, some of the best point guards, point forwards in league history. So,
bruh, Uncut Hoops is, wow. Like, he really, really, really has his Like, he digs deep in the stats. Unbelievable.
Point guards, point forwards in league history. So Bird for fourth quarter scoring and fourth quarter passing is absolutely elite, the cream of the crop. But here's the one big detail. Unlike a lot of point forwards, many Luka and LeBron James, what does Larry Bird not do? Handle the ball 24/7 and be extremely ball dominant.
That was beautiful. I gotta see this again. Beautiful basketball, bro.
You know, the Celtics have been around this score for...
Look at the way he moves without the ball.
Boston. Bird, easy layup.
Celtics with a very impressive third period here in game 2. Bird, what a pass from Dennis Johnson.
I think he's thinking too much. And normally he would just catch that basketball and dunk it or go in for the easy shot.
The game of basketball is pretty simple if the ball's moving.
Sure.
Now, the point guard can do whatever he wants to do. Instead of dribble from one side to the other, back and forth. But he's an initiator. And if he gets that ball moving, that ball's moving, everybody feels a part of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where it ends up because it's always going to end up to the best player. You know? Sometimes that always happens.
Yeah.
But
ball has energy.
That's right. And you get that ball moving and good things happen all the time. It's a pretty simple game if you play it the right way.
Perfect until now. Celtics running. They have a chance here. 4-on-2. Bird to Parrish.
Wow. More effective offensively. It's a bad shot by Moncrief.
Not that way. Boston 2-on-1 and Webb is back.
Bird is on Lloyd now, doubling on Sampson and takes the ball away. 3-on-1 for the Boston.
Up ahead, Bird finds McHale.
When you have a selfless superstar like a Steph Curry or Larry Bird who don't need the basketball, the team's overall ability, their heights, get raised exponentially. And looking at Boston Larry Bird's teammates, whether it be a Johnson, McHale, Parrish, heck, even a Bill Walton, those guys with Bird in his system were definitely maximized at their full absolute potential. Now, looking at Larry Bird's off-ball stats, his dribbling stats, these are pretty staggering and shocking. As looking at Bird's field goals made, a total of 171. Out of those field goals, 86 of them came with 0 dribbles. That's over half. 41 of those field goals, only with 1 dribble, 19 of them with 2, 23 with 3 to 6, and 7+ dribbles, only 2 made field goals.
Boston Garden crowd. Larry Bird trying to get the Celtics on track. Bird over Banks.
Bird, Walton, Ainge, and McHale. 5 men on the floor for Casey. Great pass by Walton.
That's face-up.
Larry Bird got into dueling passes, and the rest thought it'd be fun.
No hesitation.
4:20 to go here now in the third.
Got it.
Bird.
Yes, sir. For a young player to come in and get in the finals, doesn't understand the pressure.
Such a beast, man.
When discussing the best point forwards in NBA history, of course you have guys like Luka, LeBron James, and then a Larry Bird. But the way guys like Luka and LeBron played, it was much more their show, their story, their hand on the joystick. For Larry Bird, a much more unselfish player who allowed teammates to thrive and do their own thing. Now, with that being said, Larry Bird, the point forward, the passing forward, in my view, the best of all time.
Away from the Rockets.
Level hits a 3-pointer from the corner. And Ainge
pinpoint pass.
Releasing the other way.
Larry Bird full court passes were ridiculous. Pinpoint full court. Look at this. It's like right where it needs to be almost every time.
His 3-pointer.
Look at this.
Tapped by Bird to McHale.
Oh, what a play.
Respect of all the teams, their offensive rebounding, and Bird does it better than anybody, keeping it alive. Nice little tip down to McHale.
A couple of games staying in a game. They haven't turned the ball over, but we haven't pressured their guard. They're vulnerable, especially when
forward and center in college.
Danny Ainge on the other way.
To the basket.
Bird just hit him with a screen. Then gets it back to McHale.
Only 20 points in the second period. Is Larry Bird. Good pass back to Kevin McHale.
Wilkins outside with Bird. Bounces back to McHale.
DeMar.
Wilkins has got Bird. McHale's left alone.
none of them can shoot that well from outside where they should be going there.
Larry Bird IQ is just ridiculous.
Bird looking for the
open
man. Finds him again.
Bird gets it.
Bird finds Parrish. Bird finds Parrish.
Much like Bird's scoring ability is passing ability, he could slice and dice from anywhere on the court with a variety of passes.
Yeah.
And for guys like Dennis Johnson, Walton, McHale, I mean, he had insane chemistry with those guys, threading the needle, throwing lobs, and full court dimes on the money.
Yep.
Is he good, Kramer? Oh, he's the best.
Now, for modern day fans looking at Larry Bird's passing, what they go to immediately is the stat sheet. For Bird's career, only 6 dimes per game. With today's era, for modern day fans
look at what he's averaging this series. 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists. What? That is incredible, bruh.
Looking at Larry Bird's passing, what they go to immediately is the stat sheet. For Bird's career, only 6 dimes per game. With today's era, is a mildly impressive number, but nothing staggering that jumps out as super impressive. And this right is a clear-cut example of stats being misleading.
Yeah.
As looking at the modern era basketball, the way assists are counted is completely fraudulent and wrong compared to the 1980s.
High up and Bilal right now knocking down his first 3.
Lead is 6 for Washington. Cam Johnson.
Familiar, right? Yep. Last game, 40 assists on 44 made field goals.
You're smart. Beautiful vet.
Over 19.
He had 17 points back on February the 5th against the Wizards. He was 3 of 9 from 3. Middleton got his hands on it and gets the steal. Bilal hustling back to get the basketball for the Nets. Here's Claxton trailing. Now trying to work on home. Keyshawn driving the baseline. Muscling his way inside.
That's terrible.
So stopping that right there, every single one of those plays, an assist was counted and given on the stat sheet as a legit assist.
Right.
A guy makes 2 or 3 moves after catching the ball, that's an assist.
Yeah.
For someone like Bird in the mid-80s, specifically 86, only averaging 6-7 dimes per game, what does that do to? Not Bird being an inferior passer, but the scorekeepers being much more strict and stringent on what's an actual.
They are way more lenient on what they count as assists now than they did back in the day. Like a lot more lenient. He's 100% correct on this. There's a lot of lax stuff in the NBA now to me that's actually hurting the NBA, and that is they're trying to make this is a more stat heavy NBA, and they make it easier for players on the offense to accumulate stats, and one of them is how they count assists.
7 dimes per game. What does that do to? Not Bird being an inferior passer, but the scorekeepers being much more strict and stringent on what's an actual assist. For an example of this, look at Game 1 versus the Hawks in the second round. Bird on record officially only had 6 dimes.
Wow.
But he watched the game, very clearly had 8.
Loose Ames, bounce pass, beautiful to Bird in the middle. Here's DJ.
With the illegal defense.
McHale.
Spot, you're going to get the ball. Not only get it, but you'll get it in a perfect situation to score. Just like that. I think he's thinking too much. And normally he would just catch that basketball and just dunk it or go in for the easy shot.
That's the second time he did that play. That play is incredible.
Parrish. Wilkins outside with Bird. Bounces back to McHale.
He and Moses Malone just seem to get all loose balls.
McHale. Ew!
Scores coming inside. Bird. Still another rebound. Johnson breaks free.
There's the Boston break in the air with the...
I rest my case.
So that right there is clear-cut proof the old saying, numbers never lie, is indeed a pretty big falsehood. As looking at Bird right there, very clearly 8 dimes, what we got credit for was only 6.
Wow.
And you might say, looking at that, well, what's the big deal? Only 2 assists, they missed a measly 2. Well, not the case, and it is a big deal. Looking at the entire 18-game playoff run Larry Bird, his official assist count was 8.2.
Wow.
But if you add in the non-credited assists what it jumps to, is 9.8. And again, why is that important? In today's era, looking at stats and numbers, a 1.6 jump is a monumental deal for all your advanced metrics, which fans nowadays are absolutely in love with.
Yep.
And looking at that year's NBA Finals versus the Rockets, Larry Bird's official assist count was 9.5. Still very, very impressive. If you add in the assists that weren't counted, what it jumps to is 11.5. Mainly official record books, Larry Bird's assist count ranks second all time among Finals MVPs.
Wow.
Only behind Magic and just ahead of Jordan in 1991.
What are you doing? I'm writing this down. This is good stuff.
So that right there for 86 Bird, a pretty good breakdown of his offensive game, shooting, and a little nuance that made Larry Bird the great player he was. But the one knock on Bird everyone always says is, on defense, he was subpar, and athletically, really couldn't cut it. And when someone says that, what they're really telling you is you haven't watched Larry Bird.
Larry Bird was a great defender, and he was way more athletic than people want to give him credit for. He just was. And if you don't believe me, go and watch some of the reactions I've done to Larry Bird, his defense, and just a lot of his highlights. And Larry Bird was way more athletic than people give him credit for, and he was a great defender.
Always says is, on defense, he was subpar, and athletically, really couldn't cut it. And when someone says that, what they're really telling you is you haven't watched Larry Bird, peak Larry Bird. As saying this guy was slow, cut and jump, it's just false watching the film.
All false.
As looking at this year's playoffs, the guys Bird guarded were one Sidney Moncrief, an elite point guard, someone like Kevin Willis, 7-footer, Randy Brewer, who's 7'4", and then on certain switches would guard guys like Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon and really hold his own pretty well.
Field gives the Celtics that 4-point lead again. Olajuwon fighting for the loose ball, and he lost it thanks to Larry Bird. 3-1-21 Chicago in overtime. Jordan.
Look at that defense.
And Bird got a hand on it.
Here he comes. Bird cuts off Jordan at the baseline. They turned him loose, pushed him underneath the basket. The ball, a pass out, hit the net.
Whitman and Webb in the backcourt. Inside, Livingston throws it away.
He isn't blessed with a great deal of jumping ability, but he's blessed with knowing where to put his body. He puts his body on the right part of the floor to defend. He has great anticipation.
Jordan up the floor for Chicago. They trail by 10.
Great defense.
2 remaining in the quarter.
McRae has McHale in his
Great
face.
defense.
Bird against Olajuwon. Great play by Bird.
He just blocked Olajuwon.
Sampson guarded by Bird, but Bird doing a good job against him. Traveling called against Rouse.
Very aggressive defense.
Brewer was trying to post up Bird down low. He still is.
Bird out on Cummings.
It forces the offensive players to move without the ball.
The Celtics are playing scintillating ball. Go to work as the center. McRae get knocked away.
So look, when it comes to Larry Bird, the defender, was he Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, just locking guys down 94 feet? No, of course not. But Larry Bird, the defender, wasn't a negative on that end.
At
all. His overall team defense was a big-time plus.
His man-to-man defense was great, too.
The way he gets in passing lanes, double teams, his help defense is top-tier, A+ defense. If someone says Bird couldn't play defense, didn't play defense, what they're based on most likely is how he looks. If you know Larry Bird, that's the worst mistake you possibly made. As offensively, people did the exact same thing. And what happened over and over and over again? This quote-unquote slow, unathletic guy cooked them time and time again.
Defense.
On defense, kind of the exact same story.
They have a 4-on-2 opportunity. Lloyd to Sampson. And no basket.
And to go to the half.
Oh my.
Quick hand.
Both of them have bounced around the rim and just haven't.
Bird the steal on Davis.
Great defensive anticipation by Bird.
Lister's got Ainge in a switch down low. And Bird saw the pass coming to Cummings.
He's on the weak side. He's looking, steps out, knows that it's going cross court, just steps right back in. That's what you talk about, the computer mind of Larry Bird.
Yes.
Bird again to reach in.
I'm crazy. This is why Larry Bird's a great defensive ball player, because of his weak side and his team defensive play.
We don't know whether Walton will play in this game. Bird knocks it away. 6 on the shot clock. Hastings, good pass, does not hack, and a great block inside.
Whitman. No changes for the Celtics. Dominique blocked by Bird.
If you watch 86 Bird, the defender, there's no way he's a subpar defender,
No,
even
he was a great
average
defender.
defender. And look at the numbers, they back it up even more so. 86 Bird the regular season, first in defensive win shares. I repeat, first out of the entire NBA. Defensive plus minus, 9th. Steals, 8th, and finished 11th in all defensive team voting, 1 vote shy of making second
Wow.
team. Now look at the postseason, nearly identical. Defensive win shares, 2nd. Defensive plus minus, 3rd. And for steals, he ranked 6th.
Watched by McHale. Bird coming over to double a lot. So they're in a scoring drought with 4 minutes and 46 to go. Hakeem Olajuwon double, throws it right into the hands of Bird. There's a 4-on-1 break for the Celtics. And Ainge. Bird steals from McHale. Double with McHale. Peterson goes up. Wiggins there. Rockets.
We're in sudden death playoff at the Kemper Open. We'll update.
See some great defense by Larry Bird. You know, he's forcing them to shoot from
Great
outside,
defense, Bird.
getting in front of Olajuwon.
Hakeem knocked away by Bird.
The inbound pass till much too late, and here's Bird comes over at the last instant and knocks it away.
Time on the shot clock. Olajuwon with Bird doubling.
The third, as they did in the first half, and another Rocket turnover.
And Ainge was practically taken off, but here's Bird hustling. I'll tell you, inspiration, there it is. When he goes down on the floor, the rest of them will fly through the building.
So that right there is the end of the video, and I'll say one last thing. When looking at the best small forwards and the best players in today's game, all these guys in one degree or another have a big time flaw in their arsenal. For LeBron at his peak, he was an athletic demon who could dunk on anyone. What was his big time flaw? Free throw shooting and his outside.
And LeBron's heart. LeBron's a choker. Come on.
What was his big time flaw? Free throw shooting and his outside jumper. Someone like Kevin Durant at his peak, one of the best scorers of all time. But what were his 2 weak points? Leadership, passing, and rebounding. Then Kawhi Leonard. This guy's a two-way player, was phenomenal. But what's the one trait he lacked severely? Passing and playmaking, and being an upper echelon leader like a Larry Bird.
Yeah.
My overall point is pretty simple. Larry Bird in his day in '86 was a 5-tool player who could do it all.
Yep.
He could score, pass, rebound, play defense.
Yep.
He could lead a team, play off ball, shoot the mid-range 3 to free throw, and had a game winner if need be.
Yep.
As always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.
Larry Bird was phenomenal. Phenomenal basketball player. One of the greatest basketball players ever, and to many, the GOAT. He was just a complete basketball player. I'm enjoying going down the Larry Bird rabbit hole and watching some of these videos about Larry Bird and hearing the interesting facts. But that was the deepest one I've heard so far from Uncut Hoops. He took a real deep dive into that 86 Larry Bird. Bird Prime, he was just a monster. I mean, 3 MVPs in a row. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know what y'all thought about that video and the facts that Uncut Hoop uncovered for us about 86 Larry Bird and Bird in his prime, period. And I'll be down there with y'all. Y'all know I love interacting with y'all in the comment section. And always remember the pleasure. It will always be mine. The reaction. Well, that belongs to y'all. I love y'all. Peace.